In this video, we have some intense racing action as we see 3 wide and I try the strategy everyone tells you not to do. I pit lap 1. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where I'm going to try some different strategies. As you saw there, everybody's on mediums, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go on softs. Let's try the soft strategy. Let's see what kind of fun we can have with an alternative strategy. So here we go then, on the soft tyres, starting at the back, which is literally goes against all instincts whatsoever. What can we do? Can this work? Can it not work? Is everyone going to pit early? Are we going to have a happy days? Well, it's time to find out in this video. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 40k, and that would be really awesome to hit this year, and that is the goal this year. So if you do want to support the channel, you do love the content, and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Right, now, here we go. We're going to head towards turn 2. This is Daily Race C, if you didn't know. It's Red Bull Ring in this Group 3 with 2 tyres required, medium and hard tyres, as we go through here. As we go through here, just pushed out a little bit wide there as we continue on through. We do get past the French driver, but Thunder goes underneath both of us there, so I'm technically where I started here, essentially, as we head down towards the right-hander, the Supra looking down the inside. I'm aware I'm going to have to do it on my tyres, so I had to slow up a bit earlier there. They do give me room on exit. In fact, they continue on through there. And if you look in the distance here now, we've got one car who's binned it there, and we're going to go 3 wide into this left-hander. This is scary, so I'm backing out of this now because I'm like, I don't want to get involved in that. Unfortunately, the German there just loses the rear end, catches Thunder in that as well. So we're actually going to get a couple of positions there. Up into P12 we go. And finally, we can try and break away as quick as possible then on this soft tyre. Obviously, being in these fights is going to cost us a lot of time. And this is the point of the video, to have a look at alternative strategies. We go through here then. We get a good run on the Supra. Unfortunately, you know, we just do that bump draft there. And I thought I was a bit further away than it actually was there. So this Toyota Supra getting a bit of a nice bump draft. A bit of an extra booster out the corner. So we're going to have to work on overtaking them as we head in towards the right-hander. Now, we do have to be careful of braking zones here because we can outbrake everybody on the soft tyre because these are all on the medium tyres, of course. As we leave that corner then, the Supra there still leading the way here. As we're then going to start to look down the inside. Then the Supra goes towards that left-hand side. I'm going to try and outbrake them. And I know I can outbrake them here as we go in towards the right-hander then. We get it stopped there. Slight contact between the two of us, but loads of room on the exit there. And we do get another place there. P11 for us as we head towards turn 1. Lap number 3 this time. As we go into the right-hander. Will we carry the speed this time? We use that grip there. Going to go on the inside of the Polish driver very quickly then. Up into P10. We have Prime Minister Sean. Shout out to you. I know you watch the videos up ahead here, but is the Polish driver going to go for it? I'm trying to defend here. But I sort of stick my car in the middle of the road as we head towards the right-hander. I think Sean saw me coming there, so did give me a bit of room there in the spam machine. But even so, we continue out of there. We have a French driver towards the right-hand side there in an RCZ. Not sure what's happened to them then, as we are in the slipstream of Sean. And I don't know where the RCZ is going to go, so I'm going to go towards that inside then. I'm on the soft tyre, remember, so I should be able to outbrake them if they are on the medium tyre. In we go then. The same move we saw earlier on, and up into P9 we go with some contact happening further behind there. But hey, we're not involved in that. We're through. We're in P9. Now we chase Sean to see if we can get P8. So we are advancing quite quickly in this race and in terms of the soft tyre. We do need to get towards the front of this pack very quickly, or hope that they pit soon, because it is costing us a lot of time. Look on that right-hand side. We're only 2 tenths up on a 29 when, you know, the supreme soft running, you can just about get a 27. So we're quite far off here as we look down the inside of Sean, then in towards the braking zone we go. Not going to quite work. Sean hanging it around the outside there. Beautiful bit of defensive driving from Sean as we go through the right-hander and continue on out of there. So I say 27s, you know, it's more like 28s, but, you know, you can get the odd 27 here and there. And, you know, at the moment, that's 29.8 on that lap. Not soft pace, that's hardly medium pace, in fact, because mediums is low 29s. Oh, we catch it. We do catch it. There you see my face as well as we catch that drift. And we continue on with the racing then. Now, I did notice Sean was moving about a bit here, so I sort of suspected Sean was going to go in the pits here. So I'll try and back out of this early and not go for it, because I could see that happening. You can see there, Sean does indicate there to say they're going in the pits. You know, when you're behind somebody and you're on a different strategy like this, you do have to look out for those little markers of people going in the pits. Now, we advanced to the next lap. We've caught up to V1. V1 very early here in terms of their indication. They're telling me they're going in the pits. No point going for a move here. Might as well just give them a bit of a bump draft here down the straight. And hopefully lose very little time and make sure I go for a wider line here if necessary. So you notice I don't go for the curb there. V1 there goes in the pits. We've also got Sparks Fury in P2 into the pits then as we continue on through up into P5. If we miss any positions here, it's just that people have gone in the pits. I'm not going to show you every time I overtake someone in the pits because it's a little bit boring. Continuing out of there, the Spanish driver unfortunately runs a bit wide there in that last section of the circuit. Going to get a 0.5 second penalty. Finally, we're in the 28s. It showed you how much time we were losing earlier on as we head into the braking zone. We catch up to them very quickly. Through we go then. And they went a bit deep as well. So we've got a bit of momentum here versus the Spaniards. Now, when someone's got a penalty, I don't normally go for it, but I have to go for every move here and get it done as quick as possible in order to really maximize the amount of time on this soft tire in terms of speed and time gain. So I'm going to go for a cutback here because I should have unlimited grip as we beat it on out of there. And you can see that here. Look at that. Oh, a bit of oversteer though. Just pushing my luck a little bit there, but I'm going to go down the inside of the Spaniard then as we head down towards the right hand. That Supra very good at the top end, of course. We do have to be careful. Fifth gear is where it does reign supreme as we go into the right hander, and we are ahead of the Supra then. So P4 for us. We've lost what, 4 seconds to the leader here. The leader's coming very early here. So both P1 and P2 on the softs very early, the end of lap 7. That was a surprise to me, to be honest with you. As you can see, the tyre wear down in that bottom left. I still had plenty of tyre here. Lap number 8, the Swedish driver Rotkiv then goes in the pits. We're actually going to take the lead here. From last to first, folks, we've done it here. But we do still have to pit, of course. So we go to lap 10, where you can see my left rear tyre really doesn't have much left on it here. So I am going to come in the pits on this lap as we come in here. Just be careful of crossing that white line. We don't want to cross that. Through we go. And into the pits we go and out again. So we're coming out in P7-ish. We've got a car to our left. That's Prime Minister Sean on our left-hand side in that spam machine. Now, they're going to be on the soft tyre, of course. We're on the mediums. But they'll be coming towards the end. Or more of the later life of the soft, should we say. Because a lot of people did pit a lot later than I expected here. I must be honest. You can go a bit later on the softs. And we're going to demonstrate that a little bit later on. I promise you. So the final lap. Here we go then. The final couple of corners here. Not much to change. I'm still in P8 here. We're right behind Tiger King, who I know is on the medium tyres. That was one of the leaders early on that was running that soft tyre. Through the last corner we go. They're going to keep P6. Prime Minister Sean at P7. And we're going to come home then in P8. And again, we're in the 29s there. So doing the exact same as what we're doing on softs in traffic. So starting on softs at the back. That proves it's a no-go strategy in terms of that. But let's see what we could do in the next race then, where we're starting at the back. This is actually a much stronger lobby. Full A pluses in this one as we get ready to go then. We're starting on the medium tyre this time. Now, we tried to go as long as possible on the softs last time. So this time, I did talk about it in the weekly race guide, which is going to be linked at the end of this video. How about pitting as early as we can? As long as we're in traffic. There's no point pitting if there's traffic there. Now, we come out of here. Big incident up ahead. We had nowhere to really go here. So I give Kevin a bit of a bump draft. They get a 3-second penalty for the incident that they were involved in all the same. And we don't really gain anything from that incident. We got Pulsu there. Just struggling after that incident as well as we head towards the right hand here. Now, we're going to have something unusual here. So, no, the Nissan, so he broke early there. And then the Mustang let me sort of go. I don't know. It's all kind of weird, to be honest with you. So we sort of gained positions. Patrick with the hazards there. I'm not sure what that's for, but hey, even so, you got the hazards on. You're welcome, I guess. I don't know. We're going to head down towards the right-hander then. In we go, and Patrick goes a bit deep here. So we're going to try and carry momentum here. Got to leave a bit of space on the exit, of course, as we continue on out of there. And it looks like we are just about ahead of Patrick, maybe, unless Patrick's going to go down the inside. Oh, Patrick's trying down the inside. Oh, a little bit of rubbing there, but still space on the outside. That's all okay as we continue on through. And round the outside. How about that, folks? On the medium tyre. Job done. P11 for us then, with Max Power up ahead. Shout out to Max Power. We love racing Max Power. Do we catch Max Power? That is the question. So we're on the second lap, and you can see a big gaggle of cars in the distance, and somebody off there. Oh, it's PH47. Hello to you. Unfortunate to see you off there. A bit scary when you came back on, but even so, you were ghosted. So I saw I was catching to the pack, so I was like, okay, let's try it. I said lap 2, maybe a possibility. Let's see if it is a possibility. I don't want to get stuck in all that traffic, do I? Unfortunately, I run wide, and you know what that means, folks. Yes, penalty. You can see there, hand down on the wheel. I knew it was coming. 3-second penalty. So I'm 3 seconds down. Remember that. We'll take that off at the end and see where we may have finished as we continue on out of here. So we start overtaking people still in the pits here. Pulsu and who's that? Bomber there in the pits as well. Rory's just come out of the pits. He's just going to be just ahead of me here then. So, you know, if we're 3 seconds up the road, we're potentially where the green car is there in the distance. That's Apifka. As we continue on, Rory got a penalty in all of that, so Rory's going to go to that right-hand side. Shout out to Rory then. Rory streams every day if you want to check him out on YouTube, but we're going to go into the right-hander in P10 now. So even with a 3-second penalty, we've not done too bad here. We are catching very quickly. You can see low 28. So remember earlier on when we were in the 29s, mid to high 29s in traffic, out of traffic, 28. Max Power's is coming out the pits now. Remember, we were right behind Max Power when we went into the pits, essentially. And we're already overtaking Max Power. So that early stop, the undercut, does work well here. I've got to be honest. And I think it works a lot better than a lot of people actually realise as that we go into the right-hander. It's all about the tyre life at the end, of course. So with this car, you get a bit of wheel spin in certain corners. You've got to try and reduce that as we've got Max Power now looking to close in. Now, Max Power has just gone onto the soft tyre. So this is soft versus soft. And I was really focused on that rear view because Max Power's getting very close indeed. You can see that there as we zoom back out, but we do keep P9 for now. So you can see here we've advanced a bit further on. And what kind of lap times are we doing? We've done a 28.2 actually there in that right side. I know 27s are definitely possible. You know, I will keep saying that. You can actually see that Lewis has got a 27.9 there in fastest lap. So there you go. You know, I've been harping about it, absolutely going on about it in both videos, and there you go. You got 27s, okay? I know I can do 27s myself. Unfortunately, I get a track limit penalty at turn 1, so I try and absolutely boot it as fast as I can as we got an instant up ahead between Shadow and Apevka. Obviously, we said earlier on that's about where we should have been, but unfortunately, there's a bit of contact between those two. Now, again, I don't normally go for overtakes when I've got a penalty, but I have to there. They've got dirt on their tyres. If I can get by at least, that saves me a bit of time. It didn't really cost me anything there. Through, I go into P7, but it's where am I going to end up after this penalty? That is the question. So through the left we go. I know they've still got dirt on their tyres behind me. You can see how much time they've lost there. Max Power's lost a ton there as well. So we're going to hit this line then and continue on. Are we going to keep this position? That is the question. Still in P7. Remember, our tyres are the most worn in this race now at this moment in time. Everybody else has got fresher tyres, but we do keep P7 for now as we go into that right-hander. Right, let's advance a bit further on in the race. And lap number 10. We're still behind the Austrian up ahead. They're at their home circuit, of course, of Red Bull Ring as we go into the right-hander. And I do like this circuit, to be honest. It does give some good racing, some smart racing is possible as well. They have a bit of a slow last corner. They actually broke to avoid the shortcut penalty there for going off track as we head towards turn 1. They're on the inside here. I'm going to try around the outside at turn 1. Oh my word, am I going to do this? Yes, I am, round the outside turn 1. I forgot about that completely. My word, what a move. I'll take that. I'll take that, boys and girls. I'll take it. Right, okay, we're going to go defensive though as we head up here. Remember, our tyres are getting low now as we head into here. Then we were technically 3 wide there. We are still 3 wide. I have to give plenty of room on the exit. I give as much as I can. Apevka going for the cutback. That's not going to quite work surely here. The Austrian does get ahead then with a re-overtake here and back down to P7. Now this race, remember, I should be 3 seconds up the road here, but we're having a fantastic race and it shows you the power of the cutback, or the undercut, sorry, not the cutback. Cutback was before. The undercut, it shows you the power of it. Because I had a 3-second penalty and I'm still in the fight in a much stronger lobby than the previous one. And I'm ahead of where I should be. Shadow up ahead has a penalty as well. So we're fighting for that all-famous position of Steve's P6 as we head into that left-hander then. And we are in the fight. Don't underestimate the undercut, okay? Don't underestimate it. Lap 10, look at that. We're still in the 28s. Remember, if you're in traffic, you're in the 29s. Irrespective of tyres, you're in the 29s at least, if not the 30s. So you do save time, even though the tyre wear gets lower and lower. We head towards the end of the race then, and you see lap 12, 29. This lap at 29.6. Literally constant 29s. It's the same as the medium tyre in traffic. Same as the soft tyres in traffic. The whole point of this is to get out of traffic. Now, I wasn't happy that I got a 3-second penalty. I wanted to see what I actually could do here. So we jump back in an even stronger lobby. We've got Zavicic in this one. Shout out to you. Zavicic also does YouTube. You couldn't tell by their name there. So we're going to get on with this race. Now, in my head, I was thinking, okay, if I'm out of traffic, I will stay out. But if I'm in traffic at the end of lap 1, I'm going to come in the pits. As we see somebody off there. Who is that? Pull suit off again. That's unfortunate. Max Power's had a bit of an issue here as well. So we're going to try and follow Zavicic through. But pitting on lap 1 to do 12 laps on the soft tyre. I want to see if this will actually work and whether I can prove the undercut is well worth it. Well worth it. You just have to look after your tyres a little bit. Do continue on through here. Max Power gets an unbelievable exit there on that right-hander. Has a penalty as well. 0.5 penalty. That'll be track limits turn 1. So this point in time, I'm not going to overtake Max Power. Just follow Max Power through the race then in terms of the end of the lap. As we head into the right-hander, you can see a lot of cars ahead. Look how many cars are ahead here. Look at that. We've got a huge train of cars. This is what I'm talking about, you know. This slows you down a lot. Oh, Max Power getting all sorts of wrong, taking that penalty. But I'm going to come in the pits on this lap. I can see that. Too much traffic in ahead of me. And look at that. You can see all the way down the train there of traffic. So can I do it? Well, I come in the pits very cautiously this time. I do not want a penalty. And we're going to leave the pits, obviously, at the back. And we're going to be on the soft tyre. Soft tyre from this point on. Zavicic comes in at the end of lap 3. So I had 2 laps, essentially, of free air. 1 to warm up the tyres. The third lap, or the second lap, sorry, on the soft tyre. It's still a bit of a warm-up lap, to be honest. Only 28.7, but you are still warming up those tyres because there's so many straights. Continuing on out of there, though, Zavicic about to come out the pits. And look at the gap. Look at that gap. It's 2 seconds, and it will grow to about 2.1. Anyway, we advance further on in the race, and we're up to lap number 6. We're actually in P6 right now. We jumped everybody. You saw how many cars were ahead of us at the time. As we continue on here, we've got a 28.3 there on the right-hand side. But look at this. Rory's come out the pits. We're 2 seconds ahead of Rory, who is still ahead of Zavicic. Remember, you got those 2 warm-up laps you've got to do. Zavicic has to overtake people, but me doing the undercut, I don't have to overtake anybody. This is lap 9. And look at this. We're going to go through turn 1. So these are the leaders that started on soft tyres. Well, we've jumped one of them, and Kato's just in the distance here. This is an unbelievable strategy that I highly recommend you try. Depending on the tyres, of course, because if you notice down the bottom left, my front tyre is actually really worn now. More worn than the rear, which is unusual in this. The later you pit, obviously, it's just the rear tyres because they spin up. But because I pitted so early, it's the front tyre that's starting to struggle here. So I do keep that in mind. I've started to drop gears more here in order to use the rotation of a lower gear to try and get around corners. Now, Zavicic is behind me. They have caught up to me. I'm a second off the lead here, and I've got 3 and a bit laps to go. So I'm not going to fight this. The whole idea is I'm not going to fight Zavicic. Zavicic is a very quick driver. They've got fresher tyres than me. There's no point fighting this for 3 laps. The whole point is to show that it still works. Think of this. This is a very strong lobby. Full A+ lobby, okay? Full A+. I've pitted on lap 1, and I'm still going here. Right, okay, we've got Zavicic. So I'll lift off because Zavicic goes down the inside then. And again, I can now use Zavicic as a bit of a boost here. You know, you don't fight the positions. I know I'm not going to get P2 here because Zavicic has fresher tyres and he's a very quick driver. So we advance to lap 12. In fact, we're going to advance towards the final lap where we've got PH47 about to attack me. And look at my tyres. My front left and rear left. They're gone, basically. There I go. We've hardly got anything left here. I've got a lap 12, a 30.1. Remember, you will get that in traffic. You will get that in traffic on soft or medium tyres. We've seen this. Remember the first race? It was a 29.8 in traffic on softs. Fresh softs or fresher. We've got PH47 then going for the move down the inside here as we head towards this corner. Now, this is the kind of lap where you would fight this for this position still, okay? It's the final lap. Bit of a gap behind as well. You've got an opportunity here to really get a podium. So I am going to push this a little bit. My tyres are really getting low now as we head down towards the right-hander here. In towards the braking zone we go. I really have nothing left on those left tyres, so I'm going to have to take it cautiously through here. Levitier, so right behind me here. Streams on Twitch, by the way, if you want to check that out. Giving everyone shout-outs today as we continue towards the left-hander then. Now, I'm all about defending this now. Can we survive this? Remember, full A+ lobby. We pitted lap 1. We actually didn't have to make that many overtakes because we undercut absolutely everybody. Can we keep P4? This would be an unbelievable result if we can. Remember, Zavicic started ahead of us as well. So, while it's probably not the greatest strategy, okay, because Zavicic is still ahead of us here. Zavicic started just ahead of us. We have had a pretty good race, in my opinion. We're going to come through the last corner then. What kind of lap time this is going to be? It's going to be in the 30s, if not the 31s. Let's have a look as we cross the line. Oh, yeah, definitely 31s there. So, pitting lap 1. Yes, okay, you can do it. It's not the greatest strategy, although it's a good strategy all the same. If you're constantly stuck in traffic and you don't want to be, you can still pit on lap 1. You can still survive. You just have to be very careful on the lap. Pitting lap 2 or 3, definitely the strategy to go to. But the whole point of this video was trying to get an alternative strategy to get out of traffic. Did we achieve that? Yes, we did. Look at that. We came P4 in the end, only 5 seconds off the lead. That is a good race, and that is a good result in my opinion, especially with a big alternative strategy. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel, as I say, to stay in touch with all the latest content. The journey to 40k continues, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon. And make sure you check out that weekly race guide right there.